Welcome back, everybody, to Final Fantasy XIV Online with Roselore Serafina. As some of you know, the um, latest patch for Dawn Trails dropped last week. By the time you see this, and I just want to get there, but I know, given one of my other characters is slowly working her way through Endwalker now, I am a very long way away. However, let's see if we can cut that distance down a little bit today, shall we? All right. We were doing something. So we just gotten introduced to the hunt board, and I think perhaps if you guys would like to see me start to explore some of that content later on, I know. Look, I'm torn between doing it two ways. One of them is doing what most of us do, which is go through the main story content as quickly as we can. Although I do stop and read the stories or listen to the stories because I really enjoy them. Anyway, stories aside, I'm pushed one of my characters through on one class, nearly two classes. I've got another class close to where she is. And I like that, but I'm also aware that there is a ton of content that I have missed along the way. And I'm torn between going as quickly as I can to the end and enjoying the end content as it comes out, or enjoying all the content along the way, as frustrating as that might be for some of you, and maybe for me too, a little bit. So that's where I'm at. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. And we'll get into it. Did my coffee run out? My coffee ran out. Oh, into the water then. Won't hurt me. Let's go. So let's have a quick look so I can get reacquainted, because I have been pushing with my other characters a little bit lately. I really want to get my head around how the crafting advances through the levels, because I'm noting that there are things that are unlocking along the way that would be really handy to unlock so that I could improve my gear. And one of the things I've noticed the more I play is how interlocking Final Fantasy systems are. So they're interlocking, not just, you can't run your crafting and your warrior mage stuff completely separate, because some of the things that you do with one will affect the other, and vice versa. And also some of the things you do in one actually help you advance or get better gear for the other. So like I said, I'm really torn between going through the main story quest as fast as I can, or doing what I usually do and exploring all the things along the way. However, let's I know a new patch has just dropped. My chances of getting any kind of Fear and Odin and the Shroud and so on done are probably minimal, unless some of that more advanced content requires some of the harder stuff to be completed in the earlier things, which actually would be a really funny way for the devs to get us to be a little more attentive to things like Earth's Font and so on. You know what else is on, actually, and I haven't done this. I've been trying to get to clear for about a week now. I haven't done the event either up in whatchamathingy. Now let me just see when this releases, when it's scheduled to release. What's that doing over there? Alright, so this is scheduled to release on there. When's that scheduled to finish? I am going to have to probably do that event prior to this. No, I could do it here. All right, that's a good point. All right. So there's also an event on. The event is the latest. Where's it gone? Let me just get rid of that. I know, every time I do it. The event is the latest Make It Rain campaign, which began on May the 19th and continues through until June the 11th. So when you see this episode, that event should still be on. So keep an eye out for maybe a special episode from Clea as she explores that event. All right, now I've decided that, let's get going. I know you guys get to see a little bit under the hood. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that, but I'm pretty sure you guys can. Okay, the Ebullient Citizen, by the way, is the citizen you need to get to join in with 2025's Make It Rain event. Let me have a quick look at my quest log, which is 20 out of 30. We're not doing badly. Okay. All right. What's heretical attack? Okay, this is the... Alright, let's have a look at our classes. Now it's been a little bit, and I've been playing 2 other characters in some different classes, so just bear with me while I get my head back in the game. The game with Roselore. Alrighty, so we're only at level 63 on White Mage, 51 on Paladin. Warrior Scholar, yeah. We've got a few of these other classes started, we haven't really played with them properly. Ideally, by the time we hit... because I want to take advantage of the job quests up in that are going to come up in. See, it's nice knowing what's on ahead. When I started playing Roselore, I didn't have a clue. Now I've got a bit more of a clue. Shadowbringers. There are job quests, not job quests, role quests. Okay, so you have your tank role quests, your healer role quests, your physical DPS, melee DPS, and magical DPS quests in separate roles, and this continues as the further you go in the game. These role quests continue. So I would find it, I think I would find it a lot more satisfying to get some of those role quests, or actually have characters up who can do the role quests. And I'd also like to be able to switch between my white mage and maybe a tank type, and some of these other roles as well, just to get my head around it. It's not hard to switch as long as I remember to keep the skills in the same place on the bar. Otherwise things get confusing. Now, speaking of things in the same place on the bar. Rightio, White Mage. I am missing 900% of this. Okay, I've moved my... I can give you all the heals thing down, but I've also moved this one. I've moved this one up to here. We're going to get rid of that because it's annoying me. Actually, we're going to get rid of pretty much all of these because we're going to reposition them on the bar. We are going to need our ether as a white mage. Number of times I find myself nearly draining myself dry because I've forgotten to look at my MP, and my tanks have been really demanding. That's it, and that's the other thing I wanted to do. This is really distracting for me, and I'm finding it's not working, but I was experimenting with one of my other characters, better positioning, just to hurt my head a little bit more than I normally do. And we're going to go down to our HUD layout. Alright, we're going to grab this bar. Well, let's start with hotbar 7. We are going to go into our settings, view element. We're going to turn this into a little sandwich. Okay, it's not really a sandwich, that's more a sandwich. Alright, into 2 bits of bread slapped together, and we're going to go, where'd it go? There it is. Save. We're going to grab this little sucker here, and we're going to move it all the way down here. What is hotbar 5? I don't even know what I've got on hotbar 5. I'll stick hotbar 5 down there until I can work out what I'm doing with it. The other thing too is I'm finding I don't like the way it covers my messages. Alright, let's grab hotbar 10. Yes, this does mean I'm going to be changing where things are on here, so just bear with me while I get very confused for a couple of episodes, and then we'll be fine. So we'll go over to here, into our little snack bar, and go save. Don't forget to save it, or you'll be wondering why it still looks the same as before. We're going to have to move that over. Otherwise, it's not going to fit. Right, into hotbar 9. Again, 2 slabs of bread with nothing in between. Smack that thing down there. Alrighty, and then we're going to grab, save that. Right, did we save it? We did. Into hotbar 8. The fact that the numbers are not in order is really going to start to bother me too, so we'll just grab that thing. We're going to move this down. I'm just going to go 7 can go over here because it's not going to matter what's in them in a minute. 10 can go down here. Look, we're playing Tetris. Let's stick that there. Might just move those down a little bit. Okay, so now what's going to happen is I'm going to be able to see my party much more easily than I could before, because these were really getting in the way, and I think this might be a better layout. You learn things as you go, so let's save that thing and close that. Now, this is a mess and I don't like it. It bothers me. So if you have a look over in your character list, in your jobs, you have things like tank is up here and healers are over here. So let's grab our tanky bits. Where did they go? Alrighty. We have Paladin. We have Warrior. You know, I reckon there's only 4 of them. There's only 4 healers. We're going to put our healers in the same thing. So we have White Mage can go over there. Scholar can go over here. Paladin can go over here. What's that? Well, that's 2 of those. Let's just get rid of that. Paladin and Warrior, those are my 2 tank classes. White Mage and Scholar are my 2 healing classes. And Scholar is sadly neglected. Don't you believe that number? Alrighty, melee DPS can go up here. Now there's a few of these guys lurking about. And this is where it might fall apart. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it won't fall apart. We're all good. We're going to just grab our transport. We're going to stick our transport down in these bars down here. And we're going to actually just turn them around the other way because that's how it is in my other one. So really, when you're going across class and across characters, I learnt this from a player of another game that interests me a lot. And one of the things he said that I took away from watching his play was he said, it doesn't matter what game he plays, he has all of his like skills in the same thing. I think in his case he had his weapon, his tree cutting stuff, and his pickaxe here, and then he just had like this was variable. But he had those 3 tools that he always used in those first 3 slots. He said it didn't matter what game he played, he could always hit them, and he would know that tool would come up, and it just made his play easier. So I'm trying to kind of replicate that with this. Okay, so where are we at? Pugilist, this little fist dude. Little fist dude can go up here. And Lancer, little spiky dude, can go up here. And Rogue, little knife dude. There it is. Daggers in your... stabbers in your fambles. Alright, and your Samurai. Uh-oh. Samurai. Oh, look, see, I'm getting to know the symbols. I know, little swirly dude. Like 2 blades spinning. Okay. So then I need just 2 more spaces here. So I have my Reaper and my Viper space. I don't think I have either of those unlocked yet. Physical range DPS, we're just going to evict. Oh, you know what I've done wrong? Yeah, I know what I've done wrong too. It's annoying, but anyway. I'm going to have to put my base classes somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. We'll work it out. Alright. Okay, Archer. So we need our Archer. That's a little bow dude. We'll stick that up here. We need our Machinist is going to go here. I don't think I've unlocked that yet, have I? It's like Gun Dude. Where's little Gun Dude? Can't see them. Alright, and Dancer. Dancer is little heart dude. There we are. Like a little fan for a fan dance. Okay. And that can all go there. Now, crafty bits. I know this puts me in a dilemma. Give me a minute. Crafty and gathery bits. We're just going to just change places. Over here, we'll just smack all these down over here. I may yet put my gatherers at the end of my tanks because really, you know, we've got botany, fishing. What do you mean you can't go in there? Of course you can. There's a space. Ignore that number 9. All right, give me a minute. Uncooperative little bean. Give me that. So basically, the 9 is blocking my ability to put things in that last box. We're not going to put up with that. We're going to move things. All right. I know. Apologies for the thing. All right. Now let's try it. Where'd it go? Fishing thing. There we go. There. Like I said, the little 9 on the end. If I could move the little 9 to the other end, I would, but I don't think the game is going to let me. So we won't fight with it right now. Why would you fight with your game? All right. And then we have. But you know what? I'm going to put my transport up here, and I'm going to mess up my other character. I'll reorganize it. The other problem I'm finding is as I get more skills, I keep rearranging my bars, and I forget to do that across all my characters. So I learn quickly, but all right. Now these are our base classes. Base classes I'm going to put over here. So there's my gladiator to go with my tank. There is my. Okay, there's my thaumaturge to go with. We haven't got the thaumaturge up yet, have we? Okay. Take a breath. Conjurer to go with thingamy, what's it? Marauder. Where's the Marauder symbol? I'm not seeing it. Okay, that's a problem. Maybe I lost it along the way. Okay, now I'm thinking I'm going to put, actually I might put my base classes over there. We're going to put our magical DPS underneath our other DPS just so we can find them. So we have physical, ranged and magical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not going to work. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it will work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it won't work. Alright, we'll find. It won't work. We'll get over it. Crafty bits over here. Base classes over here. That'll do us. Kind of. Let me just put that there. That's my Thaumaturge. Am I still a Thaumaturge? Yes, I'm a Thaumaturge, not a Black Mage. That's going to have to go. Oh man, now I'm messing stuff up royally. Deep breath. We've got this. 2. My White Mage came out of my Conjurer. My Warrior came out of my... I can't see my Axe. Where's my gear set list? We're just going to do it this way then. I no longer have that saved. Alright, we'll put that in as we find it. Okay, that's okay. That answers that question. Alrighty. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me put my Arcanist. No. Arcanist comes under Scholar. Right, so that can go over there because that's a base case. Thaumaturge. I'm going to put the Thaumaturge over here. And we're going to go Alchemist. Is going to go here. Armorer. Blacksmith. Oh my gosh, that person made me jump. Leatherworker. I know. Weaver. Well, there are only six DOHs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 8 of them. Okay, so we couldn't fit all of those on anyway. That's fine. B. Culinarian comes after Carpenter. So there we go. That's me changing. I know, you know, because I'm clicking on things. Okay. Culinarian. G for Goldsmith. Leatherworker. And Weaver. What am I missing? Okay, Archer, Carpenter, Blacksmith, Armor, Rogue, Fisher, Arcanist, Culinarian, Warrior, Scholar, Summer, White Mage, Paladin, Samurai, Red Mage, Warrior, Dancer. Why am I... Oh, I'm not missing as much as I thought. Okay, Gladiator, Miner, Goldsmith, Weaver, Pugilist, Thaumaturge, Alchemist, Botanist, Conjurer, Lancer, Archer. Okay. Alright, well I'm not sure what's happened to most of... Summoner, where do you belong? You belong in the I can do damage with my magic area. There we are. Okay. Well, that's a worry, isn't it? I know, I'm not sure I like it. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay. Technically, I don't actually need my base classes anymore. So we could just remove those. Where's my Arcanist before I get rid of it? Yeah, Arcanist has gone to Scholar. That's right. So we'll remove that one as well. That will make our life a little easier. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classes, and then I have 1, 2, 3, so I can actually move my Botanist, my Miner, and my Fisher down here. I'm going to move these guys over here because they're magic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. No, that's not going to work, so we'll just grab that. So we're going to move our melee DPS down here. I'll decide what I want in there later. I might actually move... Actually, no, that's actually a good idea. We'll do that. We're going to put our DPS on the right and our crafting... I know, I just moved it. I am so sorry, guys. Well, I did say full playthrough, and this is what you get. But at least you get an idea as to what I'm doing and why things are where they are, and then you can decide what suits you. I don't know if that's at all helpful. I hope it is. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we have our tanks and our healers up here. We have, you know what, though I normally play those. No, because I need that third row. So we have tanks, healers, we have our melee DPS, our physical range DPS, and then our magical range DPS over here. There's no magical melee DPS. That's probably not a bad thing. I can just imagine that being, you know, mage wreathed in lightning and fire. I mean, you could probably make it as an advancement for the pugilist class after you get to monk. Maybe not. They're kind of magical in and of their own. Okay, you'll be relieved to know that that is all the faffing about that I'm going to do for the moment. Maybe. I'm just going to pop that back down there. Which brings me to over here. I'm going to put my egg parasol away. This is where I have all of my things. That's my pet bar. Where is my mount? Oh, well, we're not letting that stand. That needs to be out here. Grab out mount guide. Grab our Chocobo. I could have another mount if I wanted. Oh no, there's my mount. It's here. Okay, here's my mount, my company Chocobo, and some Geisel greens, which I need to buy more of. I also have my limit break here. Let me just get back into my class. Right, there we go. We're going to grab the limit break. I'm going to pop it up here next to my runaway thing. There's going to be another movement thing up here. What's this? That's Cure 3. I'm not a high enough level to be using that regularly yet. The other thing I'm finding is as I go up in levels, so this is Medica, this is Medica 2. Medica 2 needs to be down here. Is my lower level spells, which I don't use as I'm advancing, I'm moving up onto this top row. The only problem with doing that is when I get pulled into a dungeon where these skills here are off. Cure 2 should be here. What's that? Is that? Please, what are you doing, Ros? Okay, that's... Oh no, that's Cure 2. What's this one? Cure. Cure shouldn't be here either. That's Cure 3. I normally have Cure 3 down here, so I'm going to put Cure 3 down here. We're just going to start getting used to using it when we need it. So basically, I need to remember when I'm in a low-level dungeon, my Cure and my Medica that I normally use are up here. I'm not sure I'm happy with that arrangement yet, but it will do for now. I have my 6 for my wind and 5 for my stone, 4 for my holy, that stays, 7 for my regen, that goes on the tank. Asuna stays on 8 because I use it more often than I care to think of. I'm not sure what I did with this one. Shortcast. I should actually have Shortcast where I can get it because there are a lot of things that knock you over, especially when you're trying to res someone. The boss does not wait. Okay, this is my Yoink ability. Okay. Now, if that looks a bit sparse to you guys, that's because it is a bit sparse, because I'm now at level 60 and my next lot of skills don't unlock until I actually get into Heavensward. And Heavensward requires me to actually do the questing to get them. So this is my full suite of skills for a white mage at level 50, except for Heart of the Forest. So it's not my full suite because I'm being a chicken. What am I, white mage? We could go and get Heart of the Forest out of the way. That would get that off my quest log. Alright. So, one of the other things, let me just grab that up again. Finding my feet. Trying to move forward in an efficient manner. Good luck. Alright. Grab that. So in my quest log, I have Fisher. What's that? Is that Blue Mage? No. No, that's Scholar. Yep. Out of the blue, there's a Blue Mage one. Dressed to Harvest. So Fisher, Scholar, Blue Mage, Botanist, Archer, Lancer. Unlock Dungeon, which I'm going to actually put aside just for the minute. Oops, we're not getting rid of it. Just there. Gunbreaker. Oh my gosh, yes. That's the Chemist. So Alchemist, Weaver. Alright. And what I was originally going to try and do was get all of the quests for A Realm Reborn out of the way. I know I'm talking an awful lot today, so please forgive me as I sort it through. So there's my White Mage level 50. Crimson Duelist, that's a start. It's for my Red Mage, which I have never explored on any character, so that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, we have some unlocked quests here. Labyrinth of the Ancients, just chilling there. I've got to watch those because they get to be fairly awkward and fill up your quest log if you're not careful. I really don't want to get rid of them, but I've got like 5 of them now. So I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do with that. Alright, I'll think about that. So I think we might have to start with our White Mage quest, getting that done. But I want to do at least 4 story quests. I know I've spent nearly half an episode sorting my character out. So I want to do 4 story quests to start with. And then spend some time on just working my way through one of my class quests. Because 4 story quests a day gives me 12 months to get to Dawnbreaker and finish it. Or, 2 patches ago. It's probably going to take me a good bit longer now. Alrighty, well, we know what we're doing. We're going to do Heretical Harassment, which means we are heading back to Mordona very, very soon. Let me just pop that up on the map. So we're going to make that a priority. We're going to make our last White Mage thing a priority. Those are going to be our 2 priorities for this session. So probably a couple of episodes come out of it. And, yeah, that's where we're going to go. What's that? And then we're going to get some of these crafting ones done, although the problem with that is my gear, and I need to look into something on that. Okay, alright, so the other temptation I have with this is that I'm one of these people who likes to go down their lists as well, so I like to get all of this done and then follow it through. So I am tempted to just start with my Fisher quests and move my way through, but let's have a look. The first thing I think we might do before we go anywhere is we might just make sure all our gear for all our classes is up to date. So let's just go with that. See, we've only got 90 on our level 50 paladin. So our gear does need some work. Let's have a look at this. Yep, she's good. See, it is worth making sure your gear's up to scratch. That's that. So she's now at 78. That'll make going through some of those other dungeons a little bit easier. Alright. I know the only way to do this is just to go through each one with that. Let's update that. There we go. So periodically, if you haven't been paying attention to the gear on all of your classes, you might find you've picked something up that really helps you upgrade your gear, and also maybe get out of some of the uglier clothes you might or might not be wearing. Oh dear, that. Nice. And as they level, you'll be able to update them some more, which is one of the reasons I was going to go through my my armory chest and just remove everything that didn't have a little note next to it saying it was part of a set. And then I realized that if I do that, some of these classes coming up behind the classes I've got that are more advanced will miss out on some of the gear that I've already got, and it will be more expensive for me than I want it to be. Alright, into my profile. Not my profile. My attributes. So we're looking at things like critical hit, determination, and direct hit rate. Let's jump back into our White Mage. This is our main. We use her for our storylines, but I think what we might do is we might go and do Heart of the Forest now. If I can remember how it's done. Okay, what was it? All right, let's see if we can get this done. I know I'm always a little bit nervous about this one because it kicks my butt so much. I just have to remember too how to do it. So the main thing is you get rid of the ads, heal the tree, and remove and keep the kids alive. I think, and I've noticed too. I found the White Mage quests for advancement are really difficult. In comparison, I feel to the other quests for the other areas. So that's quite interesting as well. And now I'm carefully flying around where I need to be. Let's head back that way. There we go. You're telling me there's a fate on, but I don't want to join your fate. And it's night time. We're going to do this at night. Oh. With the irritating tree slug. What level is this fate? Level 14. Yeah. Is it nearly done? No, it's got 10 minutes to do. I mean, we could try it. No, let's get straight into this thing. I think I've faffed about enough today. The other thing we've been neglecting is our challenge log, and if I'm remembering correctly, we are. Oh, it's just changed. So we have 154 hours to get it done. We will start working our way through the challenge log as well, just simply because 5 of these equals 10 grand, and we're going to save up for somewhere to live. So it's 500,000 as we worked out to get an apartment of our own, and it's somewhere in the vicinity of 4 million for a small patch. So we're going to be saving up for a while, and I'm going to be buying gear, which isn't going to help. All right, let's get this going, shall we? Okay, get rid of that. We're not in Duty Finder. No, we are stuck in the middle of an irritating fate. Let's get started. No, Fudgy, you're not helping. Here we go. Destination. Look at this very upset tree. We're gonna have to make it feel better. Now, do I know where everything is? Okay, yes, proceed. Okay. So there are a few things I've been learning from operating at a higher level. That's probably going to help me out a little bit down here. Oh, here we go. That looks so peaceful. Oh no, here we go. The Great One's rage is too strong. I cannot reach him. Stay focused, Arun. If we fall, who will rise to take our place? But sister, the forest itself turns against us. If we can only reach the Great One, his minions will relent. Cast away your worries and focus your mind on the ritual. No! Roselore! Oh, that's not a good spot to be in. Stand strong, Roselore. Are you going to let some overgrown shrub ruffle your feathers? Who's that? Arun! Maybe. No, not Arun. I'm the other guy. And the two of you, don't you have a ritual to perform? Do my eyes deceive me? This is no time for chit-chat, Raya o Arun. Roselore, focus your attentions on the guardian tree. This is Haurchefant. We must quell the Great One's fury, dispatch its minions, and resume the quieting. Dispatch its minions. Rightio. Let's do the thing then. Okay. Time to irritate some overgrown shrubbery. Oh, let's go. Where'd it go? Alright. Let's go. We're going to start off with one of these. That should get their attention. And then hit that with a wind. Oh, whoops. I killed something. Oh my god. I did kill something. Okay, so really high level armor is helpful in pretty much everything. Boom. This is... No, don't you dare. Okay. Now, what I missed the very first time I ever did this was this. See that? Yeah, now we're going to go to... This is my most powerful single target spell. And what we're doing is we're watching the mini map up in the top right hand corner here. Can I do that on it? No, that doesn't have any effect. Out of my way, foul creature. Oh really, foul creature? You, zappity zap zap time. Okay, now you guys did see the level of equipment we were wearing for this. So this is actually way overpowered. And at lower levels of equipment, this fight is really tough. I don't want to remember how many times I spent trying to get this done. Mind you, I had forgotten entirely that I could do this with the stun and everything. All right, where's my tree? There it is. Back over to the tree. Check little red dots. Let's heal that tree again. See, every time we turn our back on it, it just I'm watching the spin here. When it gets to there, you can actually cast. Okay, and again. Let's hit it again. Okay, I'm going to wait. Oh, I need to find my tree. Because I think, yeah, it's getting low again. That bright sprite is hurting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go one with the heal, and then one with the holy, and then one with the heal. Sorry, that was not holy, that was medica, and I should have thought to use it earlier because that's going to help things regenerate. Cure on the tree. Oh, whoa. Maybe a cure on if someone's healed me, thank goodness. Cure on the tree. Cure on the tree. And I'm going to go a cure 2 or 3, or whatever it is. And we'll see if we can increase the healing on... No, that's not working. It's going to have to be targeted. I know they can heal themselves, but they seem to be forgetting to. Alrighty. I think we've done it. But see, even with the high level gear, there's a lot to focus on as a healer. Now, focus your powers on the guardian tree. There's smiles on their faces as they heal this tree. Alright. Is it over? The Great One's anger abates. You have done well, my children. Master Atawa, do you truly live? Live, not as you would define the word. Mayhap in the heart of Roselore here, whose strength I borrowed to join you. Uh-oh. It's a miracle. Aye, it may very well be. Or perhaps the Mother Crystal heard this old soul's wish. I lived a long and fruitful life, but when I drew my last breath in Ogomoro that day, I did so with one profound regret, that I would pass from this realm without finding a worthy inheritor to bequeath my knowledge in full. My spirit left my lifeless body to abide in this soul crystal, with the hope that one day it would find its way into the hands of my successor. For years my consciousness slumbered in the darkness until I met Roselore. From the moment you took my crystal in hand, I knew, Pajal or no, I had at long last found one to whom I could truly pass on my knowledge. Oh, yes, Roselore, I knew. Oh. Master Atawa! The power of the crystal grows faint. It would seem my all too brief sojourn here has come to an end. Farewell, Roselore of the White. Farewell, my children. I leave my forest home in your capable hands. Master Atawa, he has left us. And yet by his power and that of his successor Roselore, the Great One's fury is quelled, and the 12's Wood is safe. Though Master Atawa travelled the world, no doubt his heart always remained here, in the forest home he loved. He waited for us. Why, brother, for once you almost sound wise beyond your years. Strange, is it not? Perhaps I finally learned something from you, dear sister. Oh no. As I could learn something from you, Arun, your pride as a Pajal, your deep respect for our past, these are traits to be admired. The same can be said for Master Atawa's liberality. Yes, I believe there is a place for both beliefs among our kind. The road was a long and winding one, but at long last our work is done. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. Awesome. All right. See? We made a tree, calm and happy. You have restored harmony to the forest. Okay, let's go and finish off our quest. To do that, I think we need to zippity-doo-dah over to Camp Tranquil. So we might as well just spend a little bit of money. I know, saving, schmaving, let's go. It is a little bit more efficient this way. We spend 171 to get here. I forget how much we earn as we go. Alrighty. I know. So yeah, so one of the things I'm starting to play sufficiently, where's my bird? To actually appreciate some of the things that you can do as you unlock things, like finish your A Realm Reborn main story quest and you can learn to fly, which makes things happen so much more quickly. To meet Master Atawa in the flesh, well, not flesh perhaps, I'm still shaking from the experience and from pure joy of seeing peace return to my forest home at last. I will forever be grateful to you, Roselore. I'm honoured that we were able to heal the wood together. I speak not only for myself. My brother has expressed the same sentiments. Were Master Atawa here, I'm sure he would say the same, though perhaps he is still here in some form. Behold, the final piece of your garb now pulses with ancient power. Yes, there can be no doubt that Master Atawa intended this as his parting gift to you. Take it and wear it with pride, Roselore of the White. Before we part, I would bestow upon you a present of my own. By the ancient powers vested in me as a seed seer, I bestow upon you the greatest incantation known to our kind. May you ever heed the will of the elementals and use it in wisdom and compassion. Whew, I'm not given to formalities, I swear. I do not know how my sister manages. Well, I'm using the wrong voice now, am I? Oh, no, yes, I'm not. In the short time I've known you, Roselore, you've grown into a fine white mage. I'm honoured to call you my peer. Use your powers in moderation and let compassion be your guide, and I have no doubt that you will bring succour and solace wherever your journey takes you. Oh, this one. Yes. All right, let's complete this. Awesome. That was the one I was looking for. The zaps you and heals all your hurt thing. Basically, when your tank runs off ahead of you, let me just read this part. This concludes the White Mage quest for Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you have done so, the next White Mage quest will be available from Raya Osena. So it's not completely goodbye to Gridania once you leave here. Now, what I was saying was when your tank runs off ahead of you or forgets, or sometimes they don't realize that white mages have to stand still to cast. And when we do, and the tank keeps running, they sometimes get out of range, and that means it can be really hard to heal them. So this spell here, this is Benediction, is really useful for when you finally catch up to your tank and they are like a millimeter off the edge of their health bar and about to cark it because they've decided to build 2 million things and fight them all at once with the help of their DPS without the healer. Well, you smack a benediction on your tank, and they get all their hit points back And then maybe you want to jump in there and smash some things with holy so that they freeze and give your tank a bit of a breather, um, or not. It all depends. The situation's quite fluid, so there's no real easy flow pattern. You just have to kind of judge it as you go. But benediction, when your tank is nearly dead and you can't cast fast enough to keep up with the damage they're taking, smack them with a benediction. Don't forget to use your lucid dreaming to ensure that you don't run out of this useful stuff here, and you might stand a chance of keeping your tank alive and having a little bit to spare to keep the DPS alive. Because even though the tank is your main responsibility, the DPS are part of keeping the tank alive. So keep them alive, and the tank stays alive a bit longer as well. But your tank is your main focus. At least that's how it's kind of working out so far. You know, you just find it as you play it. Some people will tell you Medica is a waste of time. Anything that enables your allies to regenerate their hit points eases the amount of MP you're going to have to spend on healing them directly, which means that your MP will last longer, which means that you will last longer, which means that you can be a useful mammal in a battle for a bit longer. So it's not useless, it's very useful. Medica 2, or sorry, Cure 2, I'm afraid, is just the target. It's a single target spell, good for your tanks or anyone else who's super low, like yourself, because you didn't move because you were too busy healing someone and copped a blast of something. That's a single target. This one's Cure 3. Some people will tell you, don't use Cure 3. Don't use it as a single healing target spell. But when you're low and the DPS are low, and the tank is going to survive for one more cast, or at least two more casts, you cast your Medica, your Cure 3, grab your tank, smack them with a Cure 2, make sure your Medica 2 is still running. If it's not, use that again. And then if there's any enemies or there's a lot of them close to you, hit with Holy, but just keep... Holy's good because you don't have to retarget. So you can keep your targeting on your tank and just smash that Cure button, Cure 2 button, and then hit, like I usually alternate 2 for the tank and then 4 to stun things, 2 for the tank, 2 for the tank, 2 for the tank, 4 to stun things. Don't stun them. What are you doing, Roselore? I don't know, I hit the key. So, and basically that's really helpful. But on the upside, we now don't have any White Mage quests, which means I'm down to 19 out of 30 quests. Why is that? Okay. Let's go and do our next main story quest, because I'm going to try and do 4 in one recording sitting today, which is probably going to be a couple of episodes. So let's go and do at least one main story quest today. We'll zippity-doo-dah on over to Camp Dragonhead, which we've unlocked in Coerthas. I did not see how much we earned out of that last quest, but that's okay. 279 gil. If you're short on gold and you haven't been doing your challenge log will help you. If you're short on gold and you haven't been doing your quests, well, go do your quests. You don't have to just rely on being able to sell stuff on the market board. You can actually get a fair amount of gold all by yourself. Let's go and talk to Haurchefant. Yeah, Haurchefant. I know, he's a bit brusque, but we do get to like him. Kind of. He's a nice enough elf. No, what are they called? They're not elves. Well, if it isn't my fine friend, Roselore Seraphina. Would you care for a plate of roast caracal? Some mulled wine? No? Ah, I see you've not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. Sure thing. Let's go. Ooh, well, what else does he have to say? When the cold sets in, Lord Haurchefant awaits confirmation of the reason for your visit to Camp Dragonhead. Well, if he didn't insist on reading me letters, he'd get it quicker, wouldn't he? Here we go.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Coerthas soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Forton does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day.
Oh no. A new
This
foe.
new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity.
Oh, wonder what they're up to.
A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
I certainly will. Call me looking for trouble. As always.
Halone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise.
I doubt it.
But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
A warm hearth and a warmer welcome. He did not look like the type for hugging, did he? I mean, you know, a friendly wave from across the table maybe. That would be okay. But you know what, guys? Before we head out into the bleeding, blowing snow, let us bid you all adieu. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And I'll check you later. Take care out there.